You lot been watching that Diddy thing on Netflix? Flipping hell, boy. Listen, I knew that Diddy was a dirtiness. I did. I knew he was a dirtiness, but this dirty? Listen, this is more shocking than when I found out he was Somalian. This one cuts deep. Like, nah, seriously, with the whole baby oil thing, he was just walking around squirting baby oil on anything that fucking breathed. You understand? Seriously, if Diddy walked past the window, the birds stop swim. Give me the birds. If Diddy walked past the window, the birds stop fly. Could you imagine? If he walked past the office, the clock stop tick. Everything, can you see us? Everything stays still when Diddy's on the prowl. But let me tell you something, there's somebody out there worse than Diddy, you know, under our very noses. We thought that Michael Jackson was a wrong un. Yeah. We thought he was a wrong un under our very noses. We thought Jimmy Savile was a wrong un. You understand? But let me tell you who's worse than all of them put together. So I'll tell you who's worse. Father fucking Christmas. That guy, listen, under our very noses. Listen, I'm tired of all the drink driving adverts on telly talking about don't drink and drive. People are fucking... Do you know how lean Santa Claus is? Do you know how drunk he is on that fucking sleigh? Is he licensed for that shit? Is he fuck? You understand? Does anyone do any checks? No. Do you look and see what's in his bag? No. Do you know how much drugs that man's been transporting across county lines? Yeah, for decades under our very noses. Not to mention, yeah, the trafficking, the thieving out people in Pitney. But you don't hear about that bit. Oh no. You just hear about all the good stuff. Yeah? You don't hear about all the parents that wake up on Christmas morning and their Pitney's gone. Yeah, because you let something in your house about you putting out sherry and carrots. You idiots. You understand? This guy, he's shady as fuck. Yeah? He's shady as fuck. And let me tell you something. You see those elves? Has anybody seen the elves? Has anybody seen the elves? No, they haven't. Is there any HR for the elves? No. Is there any union for the elves? No. Shall I tell you why? Because they're not elves. They're not elves. Let me tell you something. I was watching a video, yeah, on TikTok. That's where I get all my educational information from, yeah. And there was a race of people called pygmies, yeah, that lived in Papua New Guinea or something like that. I didn't watch the video to the end, yeah. But these little pygmy people, yeah, there was only little midgets, yay high, and they're now extinct. Extinct my Ross, you know where they are? They're in Lapland, yeah? They're working illegally for flipping Father Christmas. He went there and he stole them. When you see those pictures of him carrying these little brown sacks, yeah, across the sky, it's not full of toys, it's full of pygmies, yeah? Illegal people trafficking. That's what my guy's been keeping up for all these years under our very noses. Let me tell you something. Do you know how humiliating it is? Do you know how humiliating it is for these little pygmy people, yeah, that are used to being warriors, yeah, fighting for their families and going out there and catching lions and tigers and bears and all that shit with little spears? You know how humiliating it is for them now? They've got to live wearing red and white stripy tights. Wear them red and white stripy tights and little green jackets. They've got to wear fucking bells on their shoes, bruv. They got to wear bells on their shoes. Do you know how humiliating it is for these people? No one cares about them. What happened to Black Lives Matter? That doesn't matter when it's pygmies though. Don't matter about all that. Yeah, boy. You lot don't see the bad stuff. You lot don't see the bad stuff that Santa does. Yeah? Where you know how much families wake up on Christmas morning and their kids are missing? Do you know how much families wake up and their kids are missing? You don't hear about all that. You don't hear about all the reindeer shit on the roofs that the councils have got to sweep up. You don't hear about all that. No. You don't hear about the strain that it's putting on the fire brigade and the ambulance service because they've got to get that fat fucker out the fucking chimney. No! You don't hear about all that. Sure, Santa's batty. Not in it. Not into that whole Christmas thing. I don't believe in it anyway. Don't believe in Father Christmas. After all that big speech. I don't. I much prefer the story about God getting a 13-year-old virgin pregnant. Yeah. I prefer that story. Could you imagine? Listen, if the woke community was around then, like they are now, everyone's going to jail. Seriously, God's going to jail for that. It's like, God, bruv, it's not looking good for you, you know. You've got previous. I mean, we haven't been able to prove nothing. But, aiding and abetting. Something about David and Goliath, you supplied the rocks. Was that you? Yeah, God's going down for that. Yeah, and as for Joseph, you're going down, transporting a minor across the county line to Bethlehem, brother, you're going down. And the three wise men, you weren't so wise this time, were you, bruv? Have you got a certificate for that gold? Nope. Everyone's getting locked up.